Welcome back, guys. I've already done my brows and now I'm just priming my eyelids with a concealer and an eyeshadow base. I'm using the Morphe 350 palette today. This is one of my favorite palettes. I'm just taking this cream shade and just tapping right on top of my eyeshadow base just to set it. This will keep all these shadows from going on streaky. Now I'm taking this lighter orangey shade and just putting this in the upper crease area. This is going to be our transition shade and will help all the other shadows kind of blend a little easier since they're a little darker. And I did build that color up just to make it a little brighter. Now I'm going in with this more vibrant orange shade, and I'm being very specific in placement with this one. I am just sticking to a rounded shape right in my crease, and I am taking that all the way into the inner and outer corner. Just buffing out the edges with my brush I used a minute ago with the transition shade. I took a smaller, denser brush and just packed on a little bit more of that vibrant orange shade in the same areas we put before, just to add a little bit more depth. Here I'm taking this darker orange color and using that same small dense brush, I'm packing that shade on to the inner and outer corners only, just to give the most dimension to the look. Now I'm taking a pointed crease brush and just angling this in a position where I'm blending right in between the transition shade and that first orange shade we used, just to make sure that you can't see where one ends and the other begins. Now I'm taking more of my eyeshadow base and just tapping that right in the center of the lid. I love doing this when I'm using pigments. This is Pink Bronze by MAC. I like to tap this on the very center of the lid. I did spray my brush with a setting spray. This will just help basically keep any shimmer or sparkles from transferring onto your MAC shadows. So always use a base first and then spray your brush before applying to your eyelid. Now I'm taking this lighter duochrome shade from the Morphe palette. It's a duochrome of pink and orange, so just tapping it in the very center to give more dimension. I'm using this Stila felt tip liner, and it wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it to be, but I did stick with it because I knew that what I was going to use next does not move. There's no fixing if you mess up. So I used this to basically map out the wing that I wanted, and then I ended up going in with a liquid lipstick right on top. I used the Colourpop Ultra Matte lipstick in the shade Mars. I'll show that in a second, but I had to be super close to the camera, so you kind of missed the shot of me applying it. But super awesome as a liner. For foundation, I use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. No rhyme or reason, I just kind of make stripes on my face, and then I blend it out using my dampened beauty sponge. I love using a beauty sponge with this particular foundation, and most foundations in general. It just gives the best finish for me. This foundation is very high coverage. You don't need as much as I used. I just really wanted to make these bright eyes pop. Now I'm taking this NYX Dark Circle Corrector and just placing this right under my eyes, only in the areas where I need it, where I have some purple showing from staying up all night long and doing YouTube. Now I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I use the shade NW15. It's just a shade lighter than my natural skin tone, which will help highlight as well as conceal. Just doing that in the upside down triangle kind of shape. Also down the bridge of my nose and in between my brows. I also do it around my nostrils to hide any redness and on the very tip of the chin. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, just down my sides of my nose to do a kind of cream contour, if you will. And blending that in again with the beauty sponge. If you don't have a beauty sponge, I need you to get one in your life, effective immediately. Now I'm using my favorite powder. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I've said this in previous videos before, but do not bake with this if you are not porcelain skin toned. I'm using the Laura Geller powder to basically set the rest of my face, and I'm still letting the other powder bake. Now I'm taking the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, and I have Been using this with a kabuki brush, and I like to kind of swipe it in its place and then buff it in. So it just gives the most natural coverage. Again, just kind of placing it and then really buffing it into the skin, and it's been giving me the best coverage. I am wiping off that bake, just gives a nice highlighted effect to my porcelain skin. And I'm going to also bake right under my contour, just kind of reverse contouring since I bronzed and did not really contour. And that will really help brighten things up and sharpen up that jawline, and added a little bit more to my nose and in between my brows because I'm crazy. Again, wiping off that bake to reveal our sharp jawline and highlighted nose. I'm using that first transition shade we used right under the lower lash line, and I'm really going to build that up. I like to drag my lower eyelash shadows down pretty low. It opens up my eyes. I did use a matte lipstick in my waterline. I do not recommend that, so I'm not telling you which one I used, but I did show it. I just buffed that out with that vibrant orange shade, and I loved the way it looked. It was just so cool. I was pretty obviously impressed with myself. Digging this. I took this Nars palette and mixed these two blush shades and just lightly added this to the cheeks, nothing too crazy. Again, I wanted the eyes to be the focus of this look. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the shade Gleam. I'm mixing Starburst and Crushed Pearl. This is actually the first time I ever used these highlighters. I had just got it in the mail while I was filming, and they ended up being super amazing. And I'm super excited about that because I also bought another one, which is going to be in my giveaway. I just hit 300 subscribers. Super excited about that, and I wanted to kind of give you guys something. So I have a giveaway. I will have everything listed and explained in the next video that I'll be posting very soon. So stay tuned for that, and just giving away some other really cool stuff. So watch out for that. For lashes, I'm using the KoKo lashes in the style Diva. I'm using my Duo brush on adhesive to attach those babies on, and just blended those in with my favorite mascara. If you want to go for more of a nude, I use the Too Faced Melted Nude lipstick and just top that right in the center with the MAC lipstick in the shade Fleshpot. So this is what that looks like if you want to go more nude. But I wanted to be a little bit more crazy, so I took a lip liner and just lined my lips, and then went back in with that ultra matte lipstick in the shade Mars. I absolutely loved the matching liner and lipstick. It just pulled everything together for me and just looked so bold and different. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned for my next video, which will show what's in my giveaway and how to win it. So again, thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.